Welcome back to AlphaCars and Motorcycles. My name is Ian, and today I've got an exciting Royal Enfield to show you. This is a brand new 2023 Classic 350. It is in the Halcyon Green colorway. So just look at that shade of green, look at the details with the pinstriping and graphics. It's really a stunning machine to look at, especially with that classic styling. So this video is going to be a general overview where we're going to learn about some of the specifications, a few features, and at the end we'll talk about some of the fun accessories we offer for the classics as well. So don't forget to show your support and leave a like on this video. But now, let's get into this classic. So as I mentioned, this is a 23 model year Classic 350 in the Halcyon Green colorway. First, let's start by talking about the warranty. Royal Enfield really stand behind their products. This bike has a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty. We sell hundreds of Royal Enfields a year, and we barely see any come back for warranty issues or concerns. These bikes are so well sorted, so well built, and it really, you know, I don't even have to say it. It just kind of speaks for itself, especially with the fit and finish on these new Royal Enfields. So let's start at the engine, the beating heart of this classic. So it's a 349cc fuel injected, 4-stroke single overhead cam, single cylinder. It produces 20 horsepower and 19.9 foot-pounds of torque. So definitely enough to move you down the road and have a smile on your face while it does it. This is combined with a 5-speed gearbox. It is air and oil cooled, so we can see the nice fins on the cylinder, keeping the engine at a safe operating temperature, as well as the natural effects of the oil circulating. Royal Enfield claims 89.5 miles to the gallon. So with it also having a 3.4 gallon fuel tank, you're really not going to be stopping too much for gas or be too worried about finding a gas station if you're on maybe a longer trip. So you're really going to maximize your miles per gallon with this machine. Speaking of the weight, it weighs 430 pounds wet. The wet weight is ready to ride, so it's filled with gas, oil, brake fluid, any fluids required for operation. So that's the actual weight you're going to be maneuvering and handling. So, relatively lightweight, especially with a low seat height. The seat is 31.6 inches off the ground. In just a couple minutes, I'll throw a leg over it, and we'll see how it fits me, and I'll make some comments about that. A little bit about the suspension. It does have a preload adjustment on the rear shock, so if you're going to carry luggage or a passenger, you can tune the rear suspension accordingly. It has a 18-inch rim in the back and a 19-inch rim in the front. You can see these nice spoked wheels. And then 6.7 inches of ground clearance, so a pretty standard amount on a machine like this. So there's no worrying about like speed bumps or like a rough road of possibly doing any damage to the machine or bottoming out. I know you've seen them as I've been moving the camera. Let's talk about the brakes. So at the back here we have a single piston caliper and a 270 millimeter disc. And in the front we have a 300 millimeter disc with a 2-piston caliper. So really effective brakes on this machine, very high quality. And now before I throw a leg over it, let me show you these cool little side compartments. So not only do they look sweet, but we just insert the key, quarter turn. This one swings open, so we have a little space for a little toolkit. We have our battery, related fuses, and our battery tender, which we install on all of our machines we sell here at AlphaCars, a battery tender lead. And now moving to the left side, once again, nice side cover, quarter turn, swings right open. And then we have our owner's manual, a little pouch for that, so you can also keep any documents you need, like your registration. And then behind that assembly is the air filter. So now closing that back up. Let's throw a leg over it and check out the ergonomics in the dash. So I'll insert the key. And before I do that though, I need to take it off the center stand. Another great feature of this Classic is a standard center stand. A lot of bikes, unfortunately nowadays, don't come with center stands anymore. A lot of times it costs hundreds of dollars to buy one and have it installed. So that's really sweet that it's standard. So then it makes maintenance on the machine, including chain maintenance, very easy and very safe. And also storing it a breeze as well, so you can store it, standing straight up, not taking up more room than it should, being leaned over. So enough about that. Let me get it off the center stand and I'll resume back on the machine. Okay, now it is on the side stand and I'm going to throw a leg over it, stand it up. So looking at my feet, I'm flat-footed with a slight bend in the knee, as we see on both sides here. I am 5'11", so I do have a little bit of height on my side, but even so, whether you're a seasoned rider or just getting into riding, this is really a non-intimidating, great option where you can always, get your feet down, whether you're maneuvering in a parking lot or at a stoplight, etc. So very confidence-inspiring. Looking at the controls, it is kind of normal motorcycle controls, but some of them are combined on the Classic. So on our clutch side, we also obviously have the clutch. We have our low beam, high beam, and flash to pass all in one switch. We have our blinkers and then our horn. And then I'll get into it in a minute, but this button on the back, where you'd usually be used to like a flash to pass button for the high beam, that controls the multifunction on the dash. And now the throttle side, obviously throttle, front brake. We have four-way hazards, which is a really nice feature that, once again, a lot of even much more expensive motorcycles don't have. And then we have all combined in one switch, our kill, run, and start. So that's just something to note. And then if you're gonna option one of these with the tripper navigation little pod, that would be right there. But this one doesn't have it, as we can see. So let me turn on the ignition. You can see it does a nice little gauge sweep. We have our associated lights if they need to be on. And then the multifunction, we have a fuel gauge, a feature I love on new motorcycles. There's no guessing or going by mileage or looking in the tank periodically. You just have your fuel gauge, which is very nice. We have our trip, and then using this button right here, as I have just showed, that's how you go between your trip 1, trip 2, and then the clock. And your odometer, of course. So, and then you would just press and hold that button on your respective trip to reset it. So now, with that, you can see we're in neutral. So let's just start it up. With that modern fuel injection system, it just starts right up. It's only around 40, 45 degrees today. So, nice easy cold start, no worrying about using a choke or a finicky carburetor. You can see our neutral light, our ABS light. The ABS light has to do a self-check every time you start the bike. So once you roll a few feet forward, that will go off on its own. I'll give it a couple small revs for you. So, as you can hear it, it really has a nice exhaust note. Very throaty, and this bike is really just, every moment you're going down the road on this, you're just smiling, and I'm sure the people looking at you are smiling as well, because this is really such a pretty machine. So now we've reached towards the end of the video, so I'm going to talk about some of the accessories and just have some closing comments here. So some of the accessories we sell for this Classic, you can get a rear luggage rack. We have various wind screens as well to have wind protection if you want to keep some wind and bugs off yourself. We have various engine protection bars, so people may call them crash bars, but whether you want kind of bigger ones or discrete small ones, we have all those options to protect your Classic in case it tipped over or something. We even have a LED headlight bulb upgrade to increase the light output at night for nighttime riding. And there's also a backrest option for the passenger seat. to give your passenger, some more support and comfort. So really, I think there's a couple others I may have forgotten to mention, but so really, we have anything you may want or need to personalize your Classic or make it more useful or more practical for you. So with all that, I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any additional comments or questions, please email us, give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to talk with you and answer any questions you might have, as these bikes are our specialty. And as I mentioned, we sell hundreds of these a year to many, many happy customers. So this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough location. Please like this video, please subscribe. We have exciting videos coming, so definitely keep your eyes on our YouTube channel for more fun videos to come.